Ethan had always dreamed big. For months leading up to his 14th birthday, he had dropped hints about the newest gaming console, the one all his friends at school were talking about. He'd watch reviews online, leave browser tabs open by mistake, and even scribble the brand name in his school notebooks. His imagination ran wild with excitement as the day approached. His family wasn't wealthy, but Ethan believed birthdays were different, special. He remembered how some of his classmates would boast about expensive gifts and parties with balloons, lights, and professional cakes. Ethan never got those, but this year, he hoped things would be different. On the morning of his birthday, he woke up to the smell of pancakes. His dad, Jack, had taken the day off. They lived in a small rented house on the edge of town. His dad worked 2 jobs, day shifts at the auto repair shop and nights cleaning offices. Ethan never asked much about his father's work. He was always too tired to talk anyway. After breakfast, Jack smiled and handed Ethan a small, carefully wrapped box. Ethan's heart raced, but as he tore through the wrapping, it sank. It wasn't a gaming console. It was a used watch, an older model, worn but polished. A watch. Ethan blurted, unable to hide the disappointment in his voice. "Thanks, Dad, but I thought maybe," he trailed off. Jack just gave a quiet nod and smiled, not saying a word. Ethan forced a polite thank you and spent the rest of the day sulking in his room, scrolling through pictures of his friends showing off their birthday gifts on social media. In his mind, the watch was just another reminder of how little they had. That night, Jack left for his usual cleaning shift. Ethan, still frustrated, wandered into his father's room, hoping to find his old tablet. Instead, he found something else, a crumpled envelope sitting on the dresser. Curiosity took over. He opened it. Inside were pawn shop receipts, 3 of them, dated just last week. His father had pawned his old guitar, his grandfather's compass, and his vintage leather jacket, the only 3 things Jack ever kept from his youth. Ethan stared in disbelief. He flipped one receipt over. A scribbled note in his father's handwriting read, "For Ethan's birthday. Something he can carry into his future." The weight of it hit Ethan like a punch to the chest. The watch wasn't just a gift, it was a sacrifice. His father hadn't just given him something from a shelf. He had given him pieces of his past to invest in Ethan's future. That night, when Jack returned home, exhausted and smelling of cleaning chemicals, he found Ethan waiting at the door, holding the watch in both hands like it was made of gold. "Dad," Ethan said, voice trembling, "I'm sorry, I didn't understand." Jack looked surprised. "Understand what?" "This," Ethan said, pointing to the watch. "This is the best gift I've ever received." His father smiled and ruffled his hair. "It's not about what you wear on your wrist, son. It's about knowing what time means. One day, you'll understand that love often hides behind quiet sacrifices." Years later, Ethan would still wear that watch, not for fashion or timekeeping, but as a reminder that sometimes the most valuable gifts are the ones that don't come with a brand name or a high price tag, but are wrapped in love, effort, and unseen struggle. True value doesn't come from the price of a gift, but from the love and sacrifice behind it. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Wisdom Tales for more stories that go beyond the surface. Have you ever received a gift that meant more than it seemed? Share your story in the comments. We read everyone. And remember, some gifts aren't bought with money, they're bought with love.